Jessica, thanks very much. Jessica Schneider's over the UN in New York City.
And then my other son sent video of the
have to petition somebody, either an office judge's list, otherwise.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, she was like, Neil last night. She might my dad 6 years like she got to drop, especially over there.
Yeah, rebels.
Anyway.
I saw you like walking by. I was like, oh my god. My mom's got one, right? And she
We're our side. Just make it Okay, try one more time. So we do. Okay. Oh man. Oh, then we get to hold this guy up. Yes. I mean, they were just shouting her slogan. Listen for Laurel. Listen for Laurel. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I do mine.
That was great. This might be where you were. Like I was just thinking that I was like, you don't have that emotional right now. Like neon. Now we're just kind of a blob, so I don't know how to find Laurel. Right off the bat. Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! All lives matter. Just keep saying all lives matter. Anti-Black Lives Matter. We don't. Human rights! It's bullshit. Human rights! Human rights! What a good day! I just want to she went on. Equality! Equality! Whenever there's a white I'm just saying, I had one of the Confederate flags. Oh, yeah, no. She signed that. Year in a row. In a fucking row. It's not yet. Oh my gosh, look at the left side. Yes, I know, I love it. I agree. Oh, yeah, that's my dog. That's his dog. He has the same kind of feelings that I have. Yeah, there's Tyler. Good to see you.
Grace is out of the country.
Yes, I know. I just impressed her.
She's in Poland.
I know. She was just like,
Oh my gosh.
I get her out
As far as you, that's why I'm here. Thanks.
She needs you to be here.
Well, she wants to be, yeah. She wanted to be here. I got a tape it for her.
Oh, yes, this is the power. Here we go. We definitely have to.
Equality! Equality! Women's rights! Our bodies! Our bodies! Our bodies! Our bodies! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Equality! 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 Human rights! Human rights! Human rights! Women's rights! Human rights! Human rights! Human rights! Women's rights! Equality! 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 Equality!
I would help you, but I don't.
I think there's some speeches they're getting ready for. It's still coming. Unbelievable. Fantastic. Paula, they're still coming. Look at that. They're still coming. They're still coming. They can't even get down here.
Oh my God! Isaac, are you good?
Yeah, okay, I'm jumping down.
Sorry, buddy.
Check it.
Marchers, there is more room if you head north on the sidewalks. If you head right here on 12th Street in Phillips, there is more sidewalk. Those of you that are, there's also room in the square here, so people can start pushing back, pushing east into the courtyard square so we can get more people. It would be so appreciated. Head in the direction of that KSFY sign. I'm hoping everyone will be able to hear us. Just keep going. We've got more marchers coming. And please, please, please stay off the street. Please follow crossing walk rules and laws. Stay off the street, please, please, please.
Orty. Steve. 40. I'm gonna jump.
Keep filtering into the courtyard square. Thank you so much, folks. Thank you very much. Stay on the sidewalks, please. We've got more marchers coming. We will begin speeches in about 2 minutes here, so hold tight, stay warm, keep it peaceful.
I'll help you out.
Is Stacy McMahon in the house? Is there a Stacy McMahon around here? If she could come to the corner of 12th and Phillips, please. Stacy McMahon, 12th and Phillips.
Oh, here, Marlene! Marlene!
Oh, really?
Hey, right there. Marlene! Right there. Hey, Marlene! I'm never playing! Marlene! Right here. Oh, my back.
Hey, Don.
Check, check, check.
Marchers, remember, you're staying on the sidewalk, you're keeping it peaceful, but that does not mean you don't have a voice. Use your voice, get excited, get pumped. If you want to come over here, there's more room. We got to filter in, fill those gaps.
Ready to go! Ready to go!
Folks, I need you off the street. Please cross the street into the courtyard. There's room on the sidewalk in the courtyard. Filter up 12th Street onto the sidewalk. We cannot be on the street. Please, please, please stay on the sidewalks. Follow the traffic laws. Have fun, get pumped, get loud. Woo!
speeches started. I know we're getting chilly. We gotta stay pumped. My name is Kelly Sullivan. I am an organizer of this march. I am so excited to be here. I cannot believe how many of you came out to support women, support our community. This is amazing. I couldn't be more excited or more stunned at how our community came out, showed up to stand up and have a voice in our community, our state, and our country. I'd like to give you guys a really just brief history on how this march in Sioux Falls came to be. I met Caden Whitman, my co-organizer, through LEAD, Leaders Engaged and Determined, an organization whose mission is to mobilize people to advocate for women and girls and organize for change in South Dakota. And that is exactly what we are doing here today. We began organizing this march about 6 weeks ago, and we concluded that our community of Sioux Falls is so diverse. Our community of women in Sioux Falls is so diverse. And if we want to affect change in our community, our state, and our country, we must unite as women. We must unite as a community. This march is inclusive and it is non-partisan because there are people here today that fall on all sides of every issue. And we have one thing in common. We are women and we are a community. We are equality defenders. We defend equality. We have to show up, which you all did today, and I'm so happy. We have to stand up, and we have to use our voices. Yowza. So today we will have bold, strong women speaking on important issues that affect women and families in our community. I present to you empowered women empowering women. First up, I have an OBGYN here in Sioux Falls speaking on women's health care. We have Dr. Amy Kelly. Would you like to?
OBGYN here in town. As a women's health physician and advocate, I have seen how the Affordable Care Act has helped my patients. Benefits that the women are receiving from the Affordable Care Act include no exclusions for pre-existing conditions, no gender discrimination in pricing, no lifetime limits. For you young women, you can stay covered under your parents' insurance until age 26. For all women, guaranteed maternity coverage. No referral needed to see your OBGYN. paycheck. In order for each of us to reach our full potential, we must have space. We must be able to space and plan our pregnancies. Since the Affordable Care Act, more women have had access to the most effective forms of birth control. This access has led to a decrease in the rate of unintended pregnancies. They have fallen from 51% to 45% in 7 years. It has led to the lowest abortion rate in 40 years. And in South Dakota, the teen birth rate has been cut in half. We have made real progress in women's health, and we will not go back. We will not go back. To that end, myself and several others have started working on a bill to ensure that birth control with no out-of-pocket expense remains a reality for the women of South Dakota, regardless of what happens nationally. Anyone who is interested in helping with this effort, find me at the Icon Lounge. Anyone who wants to sign the petition that I am going to show your representatives, come to the Icon and sign it. Okay, a couple of last thoughts. I used to think my voice didn't matter, but now I know it's because I was silent when it mattered. I complained to my friends, I complained on Facebook, I gave money, but I didn't do much else. If anything good has come from this election, it is that it has woke a sleeping giant. A giant diverse group of people who will now become the grassroots movement for our future. The challenge going forward is to not let apathy creep back in. You cannot march today and remain silent in the face of oppression and in the face of discrimination tomorrow. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we are strong. It is time for us to use our energy to join together and lift everyone up. Black, white, Native, immigrants, everyone in our community, so that we can live up to equality and opportunity for all in America. As Dad rather recently stated, it is one thing to curse the darkness. It is another to light a candle. It's time for us to be the candle.
I got a great shot of them. That's the people we need to speak to right there. Hopefully he's listening.
All right, thank you so much,
They should be
Amy, for
looking at it.
speaking
That's
so
awesome.
passionately.
We got it
Next
again.
up, I have a friend of
So
mine,
awesome.
Stacey McMahon. She's a local architect and a bold woman. Here she is.
This is
Part of it.
amazing! And the doctor was amazing. She's going to be a hard act to follow. All right, I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit, except the volume. Can everybody hear me? Okay! Every place and every group has different issues with equality, be it gender. All right, here it is. We all have different issues with equality, be it gender, skin color, nation, beliefs. It's obvious by the number of marchers here in Sioux Falls, across the state in South Dakota, and across America today that we care. find for yourself what you are specifically passionate about, what you care about, then give a big cheer right now. And then get yourselves out there and get involved and become engaged. I have worked in a male-dominated field for more than 25 years and at times have felt the weight of judgment and an upward sleight of hand of, here, let me help you with that because I'm a man and you're a woman. What I want to say is that we can react in many different ways to that, but my action has always been to remain steadfast, work hard, speak out, and when the opportunity affords itself, and now that I am in a leadership position within the work that I do, I make sure that I treat people in my organization the same, whether male or female. I'm a proponent of equal pay for truly equal work. It's simple. Equal pay, equal work. 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 All right, but the reality is that sometimes we need to work harder to prove it. It's the truth. Find your place, find your passion, find your integrity. Find good people to work with and never give up. You can and will make a difference. Put aside the clamor. Put aside the clamor that we're hearing every day in the news, on Facebook, social media, and figure out what being involved means for you. Does it mean writing letters to your state and national representatives? Yeah, it does. Does it mean signing petitions? Yes! Or maybe becoming more involved with the poor and social equity issues here in Sioux Falls? Yes, it does. Supporting those who are protecting our environment in North Dakota, who stands with
Water protectors, people.
and supporting each other. It means something different from each of us. But be the best you can be, and then be bold. I'd like to close with a fitting quote from Dr. Martin Luther King. He is the man. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. March on, Sioux Falls!
Thank you so much, Stacey McMahon. So one more time. Equal work, equal pay. Equal work, equal pay. Equal work, equal pay. That's right. We are fighting for that today. We have one more speaker here at the Federal Building, and then we are going to march on Sioux Falls to City Hall. It is my pleasure to introduce a local Sioux Falls artist, Jennifer White. She will be speaking on the American Indian Voices.
Good morning! Good morning.
Please, folks, need you on the sidewalk. Everyone on the sidewalk. Can't have you in the street. I know it's tough, but please, please, please stay on the sidewalks. Thank you very much. Jennifer White.
That right girl loves rules. Good morning, American Indian boys. As I say these words, I think about all of the people in this beautiful state that are accustomed, far too accustomed, to saying ugly words. Inequality, racism, and ignorance. These are just a few words that come to mind. Inequality in our justice system for lack of understanding, whether it be due to failure to listen or failure to hear what is actually being said. Our native voice will be heard. Inequality begins in our schools that have desecrated our very image and turned our people into a cartoon. Inequality begins with a child being ashamed of the color of their skin. As natives, it is socially acceptable to be a logo, but not human beings with histories rich in ceremony and tradition. The Redskins, Cleveland's Chief Wahoo, all images of native people. Our native voice isn't being heard when we say no. No, we will not be your logo. No, our skin is not red. In fact, native people, we are now a nation of many colors, black to white and everything in between. All given life by native women. Native women that watched our children be stripped from our families for generations. That is inequality. Being systematically dismantled as families, beginning with a mother's broken heart, helplessly watching her family being torn apart. Kill the Indian to save the man. Our 2 ears and our 2 eyes will no longer tolerate this mistreatment, and we begin by using our single voice. Racism began the day the color of our skin determined our worth. Our native voices fought back in the war cries of our women becoming professionals in this world. CEOs, artists, activists, and policewomen. This is our real voice, and our voice is yelling the word honor. We're yelling the word honor louder than the word racism. Our native voice will not be quiet anymore. Our mothers are tired of burying our young, tired of the misplaced anger, tired of the racism that oppresses our native people in this beautiful state. Ignorance begins when we ask our children and ourselves as native people, what can we do about it? Ignorance begins when we allow people to tell us we aren't good enough because we have a vagina. Our native voice begins with one mouth, one person, one voice saying, we don't need to abide by your rules. We are more than capable of working with people in this world to show everyone, actually show ourselves as women that our worth is not determined by what we look like, the color of our skin, or how big our tits are. Because we all got them. All of us are created as women in the womb. Yes, we are. Instead, we will use our voice to tell every little girl and every woman who doesn't feel empowered that yes, yes you can, yes, yes you will, and more importantly, we are going to help you do it. We're going to help you do it as sisters. We're going to help you do it as mothers. We are going to help you do it as women, empowering women. people, men and women alike, empower yourselves by empowering others. Let your voice be heard. Power to the people.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer White. All right, folks, we are going to march on Sioux Falls.
to office, they are more actively involved, and they advocate more in gender-salient issues like women's health, reproductive rights, child care, and the economy. They are more responsive to constituents, and they are more focused on cooperation and less on hierarchy. It is time, beyond time, for women to recognize and understand their power and position in their community. Pushing a like button is not enough. Wearing a pink hat is not enough. Although I'm a little sad right now because I don't have one on. Being angry and sad and disappointed is not enough. The only way we change things is by taking action. That means finding women in your circle. Every one of you, find a woman in your circle and tell her she would be a great candidate. And then help her collect signatures. And then help her raise money. And then, guys, this doesn't stop, folks. And then knock on doors. And then make phone calls. And then drive people to the polls. And then most importantly, vote. Because words and emotions without action get us exactly what we have now. Low representation, low sense of accomplishment, low perception of power, self-worth, and worst of all,